What's up, everybody? Welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about being a YouTuber, 3 mistakes that I've made being a YouTuber and being new at being a YouTuber, being a creative, learning how to, work cameras and stuff like that. Just 3 mistakes that I have learned in the beginning of my process starting YouTube. So if you're interested in hearing about that today, then stick around and watch this video. So let's jump right into it. My first biggest mistake I made starting off as a YouTuber would have to be actually buying my first camera. Now, buying my first camera, why I say it was one of my first biggest mistakes is because I rushed into it. Rushing into things when you start this is the worst thing that you possibly can do, so I advise you not to do it. I rushed into buying the camera. Why? Because I thought I had to have 4K. I thought because Peter McKinnon was shooting Canon, I had to have Canon. And the camera was in my budget. And I did not look around or do any more research about any other camera. So once again, I'm telling you, when you start YouTube, or if you're thinking about starting YouTube, about to buy your first camera, do plenty of research. If I didn't mention, this video is going to be very quick today. I haven't dropped a video in about a week and I need to get one out, and I just figured I'd share some mistakes with you. So with that mistake, I'm going to give you a list of cameras that I think a beginner should buy, someone that is into doing photography and filmmaking, making videos and doing this YouTube thing. And those cameras would be the A6600, the A6400, a Canon 70D, an 80D, a Canon T7i, a T8i, and the list goes on. When you're starting off, you don't have to have something that's just magnificent, just because someone else has it, you don't have to have it. Do not make the same mistakes that I did. A lot of the cameras that I just named off, they shoot good HD, or some of them, like the Sonys, shoot pretty decent 4K. The A6400, A6600 are APC cameras, just like the 70D, 80D. Every camera that I just named off is APC. But don't get caught up in that either when it comes to APC cameras or full frame camera. One thing that I've learned when you're doing YouTube, it almost doesn't matter. It just depends on what kind of look you're going for. But like I said, when you start off, don't worry about them type of things and don't rush into your first camera. All right, let's move on to the second thing. Like I said, I want this to be a quick video today. And if you've been watching my channel, you may have noticed we're standing up today. It's a little bit different. I raised my desk up. I wanted a different kind of feel today, and from here on out, just to kind of like give more energy into the videos. Anyway, that's not what we're talking about today. I'm sorry, I'm rambling on. I'm ADHD, so I do that sometimes. Second mistake, and this goes along with not rushing into things like I just said a minute ago. Don't rush into anything when it comes to this stuff, like I said. When you go to buy your first laptop or PC, do research. Find what, people are talking about. Like right now, the Apple M1 is a pretty good basic, for beginners. It can edit 4K pretty decently. I've put my, Sony FX3 to the test with a M1 Mac Mini, and it's not even a laptop. It's just like a little square box that goes on your desk if you don't know anything about it. It's actually a pretty powerful $900 machine that's, pretty cheap to start off with. Just don't rush into anything when it comes to this. I know I keep saying that, but I'm trying to get that across to you. When you're starting YouTube, do not make the mistake of rushing into camera, buying a laptop or a PC. Do your research. Another mistake that I made was rushing into what editing software I used or started off with in the beginning. In the beginning, I just rushed into one and bought one that I seen on the internet. It was about $300 and I shouldn't have bought it. It was a mistake. I should have did more research. You see how I keep saying more research? I came across Adobe. I found out that it was like industry leading. A lot of people in the industry used it, so that's what I went with, and I think it has done me justice. I've enjoyed using Adobe. I've kind of drifted off into using DaVinci Resolve a little bit because a lot of the people that I look up to, are talking about, DaVinci Resolve, and a lot of people use it for coloring. Hollywood uses DaVinci Resolve for coloring. So, like I said, just do a lot of research, guys. When you're first starting off, I can't say this enough, do a lot of research. I probably said it about 10 times in this video, but it's to get it across to you that you need to do research. The final mistake and the last thing that I'm going to tell you today, or the last mistake that I'm going to tell you today, is do not get in your own way, guys. And what I mean by that is, like, one of the ways you can get in your own way is compare yourself to other YouTubers. I used to do it real bad. I used to compare myself to Peter McKinnon, and you know, I'm not no Peter McKinnon, but at the same time, Peter McKinnon is not me. I can bring different gifts and different creativity to this platform and to this industry than he can. You understand what I'm saying? So another way that you can get in your own way is not thinking that you're good enough. You know, you are good enough. If this has come up in your mind and you truly want to do it, then you're good enough to do it. You just got to keep pushing yourself to do it. You know, get out there and practice and practice and practice and practice. Have you ever heard of the 10,000 hour rule? Well, it's kind of the concept like you have to do something for 10,000 hours to consider yourself, whatever that may be, whether it's sports, you know, videography or photography, whatever the case may be. You know, it was this research done by this one guy, and then another guy wrote a book about it, and they were just talking about how, you know, 3 hours a night for 10 years will equal 10,000 hours, and then you will really become whatever it is that you're trying to become. Anyways, just get out there and do plenty of practice, guys, and you can become a YouTuber or a filmmaker or a cinematographer, whatever it is that you want to become. If you just practice at it, don't get in your own way. Don't tell yourself that you can't do it. Don't ever think that you're not good enough, and just keep pushing through it, kind of like I have and kind of like I'm doing right now. One of the mistakes I make as I make these videos is that I feel like I have to rush through the whole thing and just keep talking and never like take the time. And I even did it in this video, and I'm gonna leave it like that so you can see it and try not to cut too much. If you notice, while I was making this video, I kind of like try to rush through it and keep talking and keep talking and keep talking instead of actually taking a break, stepping back, and think for a second about what I really want to say. Now, I have some notes here that I wrote, but I feel like if I would have took a second and just stop and think about what I want to say and then say it, it would be better, and it would be a better video. You see how doing it that way is another concept of getting in my own way, like trying to rush through the video for what? I have this memory card. I have all the time that I want to take on making this video. What am I rushing for? So guys, just don't make a lot of these mistakes that I just sit here and explain to you. Quick video today, just wanted to get a video out. I haven't made one in a while. I just shot my first wedding Saturday, and I think it went pretty well. I got to get to editing that, but I'm going to edit this first and you know, push this out to you guys. Don't be in a rush. Do plenty of research, guys. Yeah, start that YouTube channel. I'll catch you on the next one, guys. Peace.